Welcome to the LCGC podcast, MarvelXACT, a worry-free fitting system for liquid chromatography. This podcast is brought to you by IDEX Health Science. IDEX Health Science is the global authority in advanced fluidic and optical components and capabilities for life science instrument design. Product offerings include tubing, fittings, valves, pumps, degassers, column hardware, manifolds, microfluidics, consumables, optical filters, lenses, shutters, laser light sources, and integrated customized assemblies. To find out more, please visit them on the web at www.idex-hs.com. And now, here's your host for this podcast, contributing editor Michael Swartz.
Hello, everyone. This is Michael Swartz, contributing editor for LCGC, and I'm here today with Eric Beamer, Senior Design Engineer, IDEX Health Science. Thank you for being here today, Eric. To get started, we've heard about this new innovation in liquid chromatography connections called MarvelXACT. Why did IDEX develop this product, and what kind of field feedback led to it?
I think we really understand the pain points of chromatography users well, and we've done a lot of VOC with people in the field and also just kind of working with our key customers at trade shows and just in conversation as well in order to kind of develop a set of criteria to work from. We also have a lot of experience here internally at IDEX in our labs, and we've just taken that and incorporated that into kind of a set of specifications in order to work from. And what we're really after is a worry-free fitting. And by that I mean, and what it means to me is no carryover, no peak broadening, or any kind of tailing, and just really repeatable chromatography. I think that's what we're really all after, and the leaks that we tend to see with some of our fittings that's available currently in the market is a big impact on troubleshooting time as well as the chromatography results that we see. And another key thing that we were really targeting, and that's highly reusable. We see with UHPLC this increase in pressure, which there's very little technology out there that can really lend itself, as well as just the tubing materials and fittings as well. And so by having it highly reusable, it prevents us from having to throw away items in the garbage every time that we change columns or connections. And so by making it reusable, we really increase the value of what we're offering. Another key component, and probably the major one that we're driving at with this MarvelXACT, is ease of use. We have some existing finger-tight type connections that really don't require tools. However, there's still a concern, did you get it properly assembled? And so with this connection, we're really trying to make it very simple to assemble the system into your port.
What are the key features of MarvelXACT?
Well, the major feature, or the key feature, would be that it's the first torque-limiting UHPLC fitting system. And the importance of torque really goes back to kind of what I've just answered, and that if you don't have enough torque, you have a lot of those negative impacts. You have leaks, and with leaks come bad chromatography. So by applying enough torque, you maximize the sealing potential that you have with your fitting system. If you have too much torque, you tend to damage either your port by galling or the actual tubing itself. And what we see when we damage the tubing is usually an increase in back pressure, which can be detrimental as far as being able to run at flow rates that we would like to be able to run at. So by having this torque-limiting click mechanism, it really provides us with the proper amount of torque to maximize your seal, but also not too much torque, which limits the reusability and the functionality of your tubing itself. And the click also is good feedback. You know that you have it properly assembled. It's just like your gas cap in your automobile. When you hear that click, you know that you've assembled it properly and that it'll seal every time. Another key feature that we see with this is the face sealing. This face sealing, basically what that is that essentially the end of the tubing seals in the bottom of the port. There's no cones, there's no ferrules, there's nothing like that needs to be deformed. You basically are applying your load to the back of the seal in order to create the seal on the front end. Another cool thing that we're doing with this is that we have both peak and stainless steel flow paths. And we've received a lot of great feedback on the PEEK flow path in the sense that it's a smooth ID and it's very inert. And so this lends itself well to sticky things like proteins.
IDEX launched a new connection about a year ago called MarvelX. What are the similarities and differences of MarvelXACT versus MarvelX?
Well, MarvelXACT is really just an advanced version of MarvelX. It still utilizes the same tubing, essentially, and that face sealing element that I just discussed. So basically, MarvelXACT builds upon that by having this torque limiting mechanism to make it easier to use. But much of the mechanism for creating a seal and chromatography results are the same, and it's very well proven on the MarvelX side of things. We've done it's been extensive testing in order to verify that we have a superior product. And so we've just incorporated that face sealing element into this and built upon it.
Is MarvelXACT a patented technology?
Yes, it's patented technology in the sense that the torque mechanism and the fitting has a granted patent that I'm the inventor on. The tubing itself and the face sealing element is patent pending, and you can go and check that out. That's been published, and you can see that on any kind of search engine such as Google Patents.
What is IDEX vision on MarvelX technology? What should the users expect for the near future?
I think IDEX Health Science is committed to the growth of the MarvelX product family, and that's kind of witnessed by this MarvelXACT innovation here that we're driving forward with. We've tried to expand upon that face sealing that we developed with MarvelX, and kind of now we're just expanding that out even further. We're looking at ways we can come up with different tubing IDs and different materials. Some of what we're working on right now involves a few silica flow path to try to open up some other avenues and make sure that we have placement throughout the instrument.
Thank you for that informative overview, Eric. We appreciate you being here today. This has been Michael Swartz, contributing editor for LCGC. Thanks to all for listening.
You've been listening to the LCGC podcast, MarvelXACT, a worry-free fitting system for liquid chromatography. This podcast was brought to you by IDEX Health Science. IDEX Health Science is the global authority in advanced fluidic and optical components and capabilities for life science instrument design. Product offerings include tubing, fittings, valves, pumps, degassers, column hardware, manifolds, microfluidics, consumables, optical filters, lenses, shutters, laser light sources, and integrated customized assemblies. To find out more, please visit them on the web at www.idex-hs.com.